Fallingwater, right on. During the 1920s, Edgar Kaufman, who owned a large department store in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, often took his wife and children to the country for weekend vacations. The family loved to picnic on a sandstone boulder overlooking a 20-foot waterfall on Bear Run. The stream ran through the forest. Mr. Kaufman dreamed of building a summer cottage at this beautiful site. He wanted to locate his home across from the falls. Could any site be more spectacular? Yes. How about a home built over the waterfall? A house that straddled the stream? That's what Kaufman's architect Frank Lloyd Wright proposed. Wright even suggested a name for the residence, Fallingwater. I want you to live with the waterfall, not just look at it, said the architect. The Kaufmans were delighted with Wright's idea, and at age 68, the most famous American architect of the 20th century began to design the Kaufmans' home. First, he did his homework. He studied special maps until he knew the position of every boulder, every tree, and every turn of the stream. Later, Wright visited Bear Run with the Kaufman family. Months passed. Still, Mr. Wright had not put his pencil to paper. The house had not been designed. Then, as Mr. Kaufman and several others watched, Wright sketched his plan for the entire four-story house in just a few hours. His design was nearly perfect. Construction began on the tree-covered hillside in 1936. The Kaufmans moved in 3 years later. In 1963, the Kaufman family gave the home to the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy. Today, Fallingwater is one of the best-known homes in America. More than 70,000 people tour it every year. Working with nature. Fallingwater gave Mr. Wright the opportunity to apply an idea he had developed during more than 40 years as an architect. He believed an architect must work with nature, not against it. This approach is called organic architecture. Fallingwater blends perfectly with its surroundings. It is made of sandstone that miners dug from the ground nearby. The house fits over the stream and the surrounding boulders. Some beams are anchored in the boulders. Huge slabs of concrete serve as cantilevers to help support the house. They reach boldly over the waterfall and seem to defy gravity. The backbone of the house is a large 4-story chimney. From the balcony of the main bedroom, you can look 35 feet straight down into the tumbling waterfall. Wright did not want the building to disturb local plant life, so he designed a concrete grid that allowed space for trees on the property to grow. And remember the boulder where the Kaufmans used to picnic? It's still there, sticking out from the stone floor in front of Fallingwater's main fireplace. Wright also paid attention to the design and furnishings inside Fallingwater. The ground floor is a large open space that serves as a living room, dining room, and a small kitchen. Walls are replaced by windows. Like curtains, they flow from ceiling to floor. The floors are made of natural polished stone. For the doors, Wright ordered a special wood from a shipbuilding company. This wood wouldn't be harmed by moisture. Beds, desks, and dressers are built into the walls. The dresser drawers have straw bottoms so that air can circulate in the moist atmosphere. The shower heads are unusually large. Taking a shower feels like standing under the waterfall. But will it tumble into the creek? From the beginning, some people wondered whether Wright's design would work. Was it strong enough to withstand the forces of nature? Today, more than half a century later, it has. Even a tornado that ripped through the area in the 1950s did not damage the house. An ordinary house might not withstand such force, but Wright designed Fallingwater with the landscape in mind. He knew that his special house was adapted to its unusual setting. The Kaufman house brought a lot of publicity to Frank Lloyd Wright. Fallingwater has been the subject of magazine stories and has won awards. Some people believe it was Wright's personal favorite. How can they tell? They think he cleverly enclosed his own initials in its name. Falling Water.